down, so we needed somebody to swoop in.
You needed white people to help you
save us. Is that what's happening here?
Yo, what up? This Bizzle with God Over Money. You in the field with the Trackstarz.
Yeah, back in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. If you don't know why we laugh when we come back in from breaks, you need to watch Periscope when we do this. All right, so we touched on something in the break or in the last topic that I think I want to stay on. I'm not sure because we talked about it like 8 different ways in the break, but somebody raised the point. I think it was Erica Campbell, right? She raised the point that Christian hip hop is for white kids. Is that true? I mean, that's just a blunt question.
Hey, Nate.
I'm not even asking. That's rude. I'm not even gonna ask you, Nate.
Well,
is what we do for white kids?
I wish it wasn't, but when you go to the concerts, it is mostly white people, white young people.
Is that everywhere? Because we are in Georgia. Is it possible that that's just where we are? It's mostly white kids. Is that just because there's only 16% of us anyway? Like, what is the actual? What's happening here? Do black kids listen to Christian hip hop?
I think they do. When I used to do youth ministry, they liked it, but they wasn't like. I mean, I get a few kids come to me and say, "Yo, who's that?" I mean, they start to know who Lecrae is. But I think this gonna be a room shocker. But I think it's more about theology, and I think if you agree with the theology of them, of not them, but like if you agree with the theology of like a Reach, and majority of the time Reach people say Reach is more on the John Piper thing, then
okay.
You know,
let me be honest with you guys. This is just from my experience. I performed several different places. I perform at Passion. Passion is 99% white, and I would just say that when this is just honest, I'm just be honest. When I perform in front of white kids show a lot more appreciation than black kids. Black kids are very critical when it comes to rap, and they don't like bending towards anything that don't sound like what they listen to on the radio. White kids are a little more accepting of something that's not necessarily mainstream. They like the sound of rap, and if you're good, they can tell it's good, and they like it. When we had a breakout at Passion, and it was a room for David Crowder, there was a room for Chris Tomlin, there was a room for Matt Redman, and we had our own room, and that joint was packed because people knew we were black and we must be rapping, and they filled that joint up and they loved it. So I just think there's a little more grace when it comes to rap with white kids, whereas a black kid is like, you ain't as good as Kendrick. You sound like such and such. You sound like such, and there's a lot more criticism. So I think black kids are a little bit slower to accept Christian hip hop, probably because Christian hip hop, you can't deny that it's good. But I think that black people do deny that it's good. You see what I'm saying? They're still cold to it. So I think there is some truth to that. But what Erica Campbell was implying was that Christian hip hop is made for white kids, and that she's trying to make hip hop for the black kids. Is that necessary? Somebody talk on it.
No, I think it kind of goes back to their culture and exposure, based off of like if your parents exposes you to Christian hip hop and stuff too. I would like Nate's opinion on that, since he is the
resident white guy,
the token white boy in the room.
The question is, do you like Love God more than you like?
I don't like that
from
song.
Christian hip hop. Is she assuming a little too much here? Is she assuming that people like her song too much?
Say it again. I think she knows that the crowd for it is being played on black urban inspirational gospel stations. So that's when she's like, okay, this is going to be fun.
She thinks that she's not talking about black kids. She's talking about black grown people.
Probably,
is that what she's talking about?
Well, I don't know because they didn't really describe. But
who listens to gospel? Seriously, anybody listen to gospel stations all day? You might listen to the Fish or something, but you listen to
Fish.
gospel, that kind of song all day.
I'm coming up.
So 1% of us in here listen to gospel.
Our parents do, I'm sure.
So is she? Does she mean them? Like the older 50, 60 demographic? She's warming them up to hip hop. Is that what?
No, I don't think so. I think she means the kids that you want to listen to your gospel station. That's that, like in your family when you driving and Shirley Caesar comes off. I got something for your kids.
So the black kids are being forced to listen to her brand of hip-hop.
I mean,
so she feels like it's
if
more
the kids don't have no say on who controls the station, if the parents like I control the station while we're driving, then
so it's like, here, Jimmy, listen to this. This is good for you.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Now, what do you think?
I don't know. Like, I kind of agree with the whole like it's. Really, when you go to a Christian, like I've been to a good amount of Christian rap concerts, and it was mostly white people. And like I got lucky enough to go to the Lecrae concert and get next to a few black people, so they were like jumping up and down with me and stuff. Yeah, like exactly. Yeah, there's like a little,
Can't hear you, Troy.
a little clump of black people in the crowds that I have to like go and find because it's all white people.
Right.
So like, but like. I think what she's saying, the Christian hip hop is made for white people, I think is completely wrong.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Oh Lord.
Is Christian hip hop made by white people? Not just the rappers. I'm talking about the executives, the radio show hosts. I mean, let's just be honest.
Yeah.
A lot of people running stuff. I ain't gonna say nobody's names. You know who we talking about. Almost every company is white people at the top. Nothing against it. That's fine. But I'm just saying it's like, is it made by white people? So they would naturally cater to where they see the money coming from.
Yeah. I mean, you have, to begin with, you had mostly black rappers, but behind it was the white producers and executives and stuff like that. I think now there's going to be even more white people listening to Christian hip hop because there's more white rappers.
Right.
So I mean, you don't have just Andy Mineo. I mean, you got all the white rappers.
Are you saying that we've been blindsided? Like, you know, the movie The Blind Side, where we couldn't do it on our own, so we needed somebody to swoop in.
You needed white people to help you
save us. Is that what's happening here?
And we talking about this during Black Music Month.
It's Juneteenth. But seriously, like, is that what's going on? I mean, let's just be practical here, right? It's not common for a black person to grow up and have just a bunch of cash on them, right? Yeah. It's not common for them to get the best job right out the gate. So is this just a financial situation where there are some older white people that have the finances that see the genre, they see good in it, they believe in it, and they want to support it, but we don't have it to support it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think we know it exists. I think about like Creation Fest. I think about those big festivals that when you go and you may see a sprinkle of black people, but majority of it is Caucasian people there.
But how many Creation Fests are put on by us?
Not a lot. I don't think.
Can we? Is my question.
Now that would be great. I mean,
no. I'm not asking. I'm saying, is it possible?
I think we can, but I think the thing would be, it would be rare. We would have to bring in people like some like a Kirk to start it off. You know what I mean? So if people could think it's safe, and then
where does the money come from? Where's the money come from? Like, honestly, if it ain't for Kirk, who else we talking? Kirk? What other huge black executives can we actually ask for money from? It's usually going to be some people, they're older white gentlemen that believe in what we're doing, and they love the stuff, and they want to contribute. How many black people are there available to ask for that?
I think another thing, too, is going back to you before your question, the black church is scared of hip-hop. You got pastors going against it. You got pastors speaking stuff against it. They're scared of, they know hip hop based off what you see on the radio.
Somebody just agree with you. That is also the case. But this goes back to how critical black people could be of other black people. Yeah. I've been to a church where, somebody was rapping and you ask some of the elders or something outside and they're like, that ain't my type of music. I don't know, So it's like, it's just so hard to get people to believe in you when they see something different. They want you to be singing hymns still. Yeah. They don't want us to be rapping. They think it's silly. They associate it with negative things. So they're like, we don't. So not only are the resources not there from older black people, they don't even want us to do it. Yeah. They don't even like it. So it may be for white kids. It may be made for us, by us.
But let's be honest with you, and this is going to be a big statement. I think if Lecrae was depending on us, Lecrae would still be in.
Lecrae would be sitting right there.
Yeah, asking the Trackstarz to review his album. Yeah. Pretty much. So thank God for our white brothers and sisters.
And that's a hard situation because it's like it creates a weird dynamic because it's like you kind of. I mean, look, Lecrae needs white people to believe in him. He does. Yeah. So it's not wrong, and we appreciate it. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's unfortunate that our own people, first of all, are very critical of us. Yeah. They don't want to help. They don't want to share anything, and they really don't have it to share. Honestly, let's just be honest. So we're just. So
was it like Obama, to where it's like he had to get all the white? He has to get a certain amount of white voters in order to win, because we can't get them in there ourselves.
Yeah,
I mean, some of us didn't even want to vote for him.
I don't think that's true, but
that it kind of was during his campaign.
I don't.
That's another topic.
That's like maybe 3%.
Yeah,
but it's true. I mean, the unfortunate truth is not unfortunate, but it's just the truth is that in order for anything that we do to be successful for real, you have to get white people to believe in it. And
I mean, that's just basic hip hop in general.
That's
like,
just basic math.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at percentages, in order for you to reach most of the world or most of America is white.
Yeah,
so it has to be done, and it just creates a weird dynamic. And when people look and they're like, "Man," I mean, honestly, what do you think the percentages are for hip hop? The regular hip hop. Do you think the percentages are? Do you think we have a higher percentage of racial inequality in Christian hip hop?
Yeah, and you talking about regular hip hop?
Yeah. Is it the same spread? Is it? Because I would say Christian hip hop is probably like 75% white.
Are you talking about what are you talking about
as far as the people? As far as the people involved, the artists, the fans. I would say is regular hip hop the same ratio?
I don't think so. I think more executives probably are, but I'm thinking like you look at managers. I think it's like I would say maybe 60-40. 60-40.
Okay.
And 60-40 either way, but I think it's more the buy-in for African Americans and regular hip hop is always there.
So now here's my question, because there's two demographics. There's a bunch, but there's two demographics that I think are missing from Christian hip hop that we need to figure out what it's going to take to build it up.
Yeah,
black kids. Yeah, and women.
Yeah.
If you I'm looking at numbers from a lot of different sources, and it looks like it's consistently about 70 to 80% males.
Yeah.
Where are the women? And where are the minorities?
I don't think, honestly, and this is going to be, I don't think a lot of females, maybe 80% females, like 20% love hip hop in general.
No, I don't think so. I think if you, but what we're talking about includes R&B. I'm talking about Christian R&B and hip hop.
You said Christian R&B and what else?
Christian hip hop and Christian R&B.
Oh, okay.
It's still about 80%.
I think so, but we know the demographic for gospel music is majority African Americans, and they mid 20s, early 30s, or something like that. I forgot, but I know the demographic for it is women.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying.
How come there's more women listening to regular hip hop and gospel, and none of them listen? Well, we got a lot of great female fans for our show.
Yeah.
But that doesn't feel like it's spread out.
Well, I think. Well, you gotta think about it too. Is like, is it like I want to feel good? I want to dance. I want to do all this stuff.
Why don't y'all listen to Christian hip hop, CR? And you got two other categories. Go ahead.
I personally, I listen to Christian hip hop because I'm here all the time. But I know why. I asked my girls in Pinky Promise why they don't listen, and it's because number one, they say that there's no sex appeal, so they can't look.
Man,
we don't. Or the people who are
nothing about that. Like,
I mean, that's honest.
Christian hip hop is filled with Quasimodo.
I'm saying I have to listen to it anyway, so I'm not saying that's why I listen to it or don't listen to it. But I'm just saying this is just what some girls think. They think that they think that some artists can be attractive, but I mean, most Christian artists are married already, so. Like that's out the window, and then of course I don't think.
Well, scratch that.
I mean, because that's the only reason why we like Trey's songs. We don't really think he can sing. We like
he's available.
Yeah, we like his
muscles,
body, and everything. And Chris Brown, all of them. Like we're not.
And this is in Pinky Promise.
Explain
Pinky Promise to everybody real quick.
Put him on blast.
No, this is probably every girl, not just Pinky Promise. I'm just saying this is just some things that we talked about before. Because there was a Trey Songz concert at Georgia State, and I had asked them why would they choose to go to the Trey Songz concert other than a Kristen Gray concert, and that's what they said.
Yeah.
And so, and it makes sense. I can get it. Like,
but I mean, as a Christian, should that be your focus though? Like, as a Christian,
as a girl, that's just as a female. You're asking about as a female, and we're saying we're not into hip hop that much, anyways.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying earlier.
But
we're into R&B.
But you wouldn't those same girls wouldn't go see Drake or any of those.
I think they would see Drake.
So I don't think it's the same. It's not the same. They would go see a Drake, but they wouldn't go see a Swoop. They would go see a Wayne. They wouldn't go see a Mouthpiece. You know what I mean? Like it's
all these
a difference.
People are available.
Is that really what it boils down to?
It's not just lust. It's just.
We can't. Okay. If you gonna say something, brother, you need to grab the mic or come to a mic. You got legs. You could be crumping.
I was gonna say because it's an attraction thing. Just like the shows that women watch the most on television often have male figures that appeal to the poster child for attractiveness. That's what women watch. The same thing when they listen to. Okay. They want to listen to somebody who sounds sexy, quote unquote.
So is that what's coming next? Is that Christian rappers are gonna start popping muscles out of stuff and staying single longer? Is that the trend we going for?
Well, all the best Christian hip hop, I mean, according to numbers and people buying stuff, are married. So
is Andy's numbers gonna go down? Is that what we're talking about?
We'll see.
All right. Well, I mean, it's an interesting topic. Who is Christian hip hop really for? Because I think there's a lot of assumptions, and the more I look into it, I'm surprised a little bit at what we're actually dealing with. And are we really reaching the people we think we're reaching? Honestly, that's the question.
I think another question is too, and this is a thing like. I remember at work where I am, and one day I played Jordan Armstrong, and this lady was like, "Yo, that's tough. Who is that?" You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think Jordan Armstrong would probably be good to give to your friends at Pinky Promise, because I think he would be something that would be more appealing than.
I'm wondering if it's more than that, because I mean, Jordan
from an R&B level,
Jordan Armstrong been single for a long time.
Well, for me, for music, I like artists that sing as well as rap.
Okay.
Like a mixture of it. Mm-hmm. And I like to kind of like move to it and dance as a woman.
We're going to figure this out. I decided last year that we were going to figure out how to get the women into Christian hip hop. We can't oil down our chest or anything like that, but we're going to figure out how to do it. There's something y'all want, and we got to figure it out.
But you don't think that sex appeal be in Christian music in general? Because that's a question. Because based off of what she's saying, to reach somebody, if somebody is, because right now it sounds like based off what you just said, is not. You could be talented, but if you don't look good, it's a wrap.
Is the problem? Are we saying is sex appeal the wrong word, or do you just mean general attractiveness?
Like I mean, that's to me that's sex appeal. Like attractiveness is acceptable.
Or we can say, you dress nice. People say you're fresh. Like we
just
want
a general swag.
Yeah,
okay.
We're attracted to that.
so you can have sex. What's the goal here? All right, I messed up the girls. All right, you in the field with the track stars. Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
Are we